Well, good day to all of our awesome JubiRev JubiMax family. Lamont Silver Sr. here. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, somewhere in this email post, if you're getting this via email or if you're seeing this on YouTube, you should see a link. I want you to listen to that link. It's an audio link where I interviewed a gentleman by the name of Paul. Paul has been a part of our global leadership team for quite some time. And as we mentioned on a video on yesterday, and hopefully you got a chance to see that. If you didn't, where are we headed as a family? Where are we headed as a team? Well, we're going to promote Juby, and obviously with the powerful, and I do mean powerful, bonus structure, matching bonuses, residual income. With that being said, we want to make sure that we teach you how to fish. Now, Paul has a method, a little known, his top secret method of how to generate massive amounts of leads using Facebook. Targeted leads, and as a matter of fact, if you listen to the audio, you'll hear that he's got more leads, he's got more contacts than what he really knows what to do with. Now that's powerful. When you've got folks, if you're in the NFL club, no friends left, no family left, you're going to want to learn Paul's methods or a number of our global leadership team mates' methods. We'll talk a little bit more about that in just a moment. But I had a discussion yesterday with a buddy of mine who's not building Juby, but a buddy of mine that I've long admired. He's been with multiple companies, and virtually every company he gets aligned with, you know, he rises very quickly to the top. He'll be at the top of the leaders boards for top recruits and team growth and so on and so forth. Well, actually, I won't say team growth. Top of the board for recruits. He's a recruiting machine. Okay, I don't know too many people that can recruit as much as he can. And so we had this conversation, and I asked him. I said, "Well, listen, help me understand something. Every company I've seen you involved with, well, maybe not every company, but I've seen you involved with multiple companies, and you're one of the top recruiters, if not the top recruiter, in many enterprises that you've been involved with over the past few years. What do you do with that person that joins you? How do you teach them how to do what you do?" And this is what the interesting part was, ladies and gentlemen. He really struggled with that. He struggled to give an answer, and then the answer wasn't that great of an answer. Okay? Now, what I mean by that is, so he knows how to recruit. He knows how to recruit. He can recruit, he can recruit, he can recruit. But he hasn't really transferred that knowledge to his teammates. And so that's why I had to back up a few moments ago when I said he goes to the top of the leaders boards with recruits and building teams. It's not so much the building of teams, it's the fact that he can recruit. He can recruit like the wind. He can recruit, he can recruit, he can recruit, he can recruit. But he was at it was a very uncomfortable conversation when my question was, well, if I were coming to you in whatever enterprise that you're building, how would you teach me how to build that? And he said, well, you know, I would tell you to come to our webinars and come to our webcasts. Okay. All right. So I come to the webinar, come to the webcast. How do I get people to come to the webinar and webcast? And then I started thinking, wait a minute. You know, I'm certainly not judging him. I'm saying, what are some things that I have done to build my following, but I haven't transferred all of that knowledge? So I'm not saying that about him to indict him. What I'm saying is this time of reflection has been very powerful, because there are folks that build businesses and have large teams, and it really doesn't matter what the back-end company happens to be. Whether it's Juby or Mona V or Vasalis or what have you, there's folks that have learned the skill set, but maybe they haven't transferred that skill set or transferred that knowledge as well as they should have. And so, with that being said, let me tell you what we've been doing over the past few days. We've been connecting with some great leaders in the industry. Some of them in Juby, some of them maybe not. And what we've been doing is saying, hey, listen, this is what I want you to do for us. I want you to put together a training series of some of the methods that you use to build your following, because it's all about building your following. It's all about building your following. As I look at the past couple of years, one company that had penny auctions, we built a following. And then when something happened with that company, guess what? We still had a following. And so when we landed with another company, boom, the following came with us. And so then I started thinking, you know what? That's what we've got to do. We've got to show folks how to build their following. We've got to show folks how to build their following, and then how to connect with that following, how to bond with that following. And how do you do that? Well, you start off by being able to provide immense value. Being able to provide immense value. Okay, but if you're the new guy, if you're the new guyette, if you're the person that doesn't have right now maybe the skill sets or the confidence to feel like you can bring value to folks, what if you can leverage people that bring value? And so that's what we're going to be doing, ladies and gentlemen. Let me tell you, we already have someone that is starting to do a training series, a video marketing training series. Here's a person that has been a part of our global leadership team. When I say part of our global leadership team, either we've been connected somehow in business for quite some time. Maybe they were in my leadership. Maybe I was a part of their leadership. But in any event, people that we know have had success in their particular methods. So we connected with someone who's been exceptionally successful in building their enterprise through video marketing, things like YouTube. You know, how has this person, when they were promoting a particular company, how is it that when you went to YouTube and you typed in that company, they had 3, 4, maybe 5 videos on the first page of YouTube, and then you go to the second page of YouTube, they're there, and people were drawn to them because of their ability to connect via video marketing. So we've got someone who's starting to put together a video marketing series. If you want to learn video marketing, if you want to learn YouTube marketing, he's going to take you by the hand and he's going to show you. And the beautiful part about the training series is it's going to be recorded. You're going to be able to pause the video or stop the video and then go and implement what he is sharing. Likewise, the same thing with Twitter. Queen Twitter, all right? She's got, I don't know the numbers now, several hundreds of thousands of folks following her on Twitter. So she's going to be developing a video-related course for our team, so that you'll eventually have a buffet of marketing methods. Maybe video marketing speaks to you. Maybe it resonates with you. It's like a buffet. Maybe it does not. Maybe it does not. Okay, so if video marketing doesn't resonate with you, then you put video marketing to the side. All right, you go and maybe you do some Twitter marketing. In the audio interview that you should see here, whether it's in the email post or whether it's having placed on YouTube, in that audio, we introduce you to another one of our teammates, Paul. Paul has been immensely successful in one enterprise. Paul was generating about 6 figures monthly. Monthly. Hear what I said. Paul was generating about 6 figures monthly. And now, Paul has this phenomenal secret sauce method dealing with Facebook, and how he's leveraging this platform that's got over 1 billion folks that's logging into Facebook on a daily basis, and how he has folks coming to him wanting to connect with him. And so he's going to share with you some Facebook strategies. We'll also have some other folks. My buddy Corey is working on some training for us, again with Facebook as well as with Skype. Amber, who some of you have known in the past. Amber has studied under some of the top internet marketing trainers. As a matter of fact, she now has a personal coaching program, and she's been immensely successful with some of her clients. Listen, she charges $2,000 for a 2-hour session. and people have been paying for it. $2,000 for for a 2-hour session, and people have been paying for it. Hear me. She's been working with one of the top marketers, period. All right, a gentleman by the name of Dagan Smith. Some of you may know Dagan or know of Dagan. If you know the name Jonathan Budd, hey, the first internet marketing course I ever attended was with Jonathan Budd. It was a video marketing course several years ago. And we've used many of those techniques to develop our enterprises via YouTube and so on and so forth. Now, with that first series that I ever paid for, a couple $1,000 for that video training, the person who got me in front of that information was Dagan Smith. It was getting some emails from Dagan, and I got on a conference call or webinar with Dagan and Jonathan Budd. So if you know the name Jonathan Budd, Dagan Smith is on that level, okay? One of the top internet marketers, period, end of story. So Amber is going to be doing some training on list building, how to build a massive list in a very short period of time with a very small budget, okay? Very, very important. Now what's going to happen is this. So as a global leadership team, not just yours truly, okay? Because I'm not the list building expert. I'm not the Facebook expert. I'm not the, I've done some YouTubes, but I wouldn't say I was a video marketing expert. I'm the webinar guy, okay? So what we're doing is we're connecting with these leaders. Some of them are actively building Jubi. Some of them are not. They're going to do training on a generic basis, okay? So that our existing following can start to learn some of these methods and apply the methods that suit you. Each method will not suit you. Each method will not suit the time that you have to build your following. Each method will not suit the financial resources that you may have right now. There's going to be some discussions of maybe some paid advertising methods. Maybe you don't have the resources for that right now. So maybe you need to find one of the more sweat equity type methods. Let's say maybe with Twitter building or Paul or YouTube. And then in time, you're going to be able to merge some of these strategies. So for instance, if you're doing some Skype marketing, if you're doing some Facebook marketing, but you've also picked up some video marketing. So now when you're connecting with people, you start to use a combination of these strategies. Now, the beautiful part is that you're going to be able to learn on your own pace. But now let me tell you what we're going to do. Some of you are familiar with the idea or the concept of attraction marketing. Attraction marketing says attract people to you by providing them extreme value so that they begin to like, respect, and trust you, and then they start to ask you or they start to inquire about how they can work with you because of the value that you are bringing. So what we're going to do with this, now we're still talking Jubi, okay? I want you to understand this, all right? All right, we're still talking Jubi. The whole idea is we know with the huge enhancements that we have, if we get you to your max team, not if, when we get you to your max team, one, and then you start getting max team sales, 6 sales, every 6 sales, $1,000 bonus. It might not even be 6 sales. It could be 3 sales of the 1250 variety, $1,000 bonuses, 1K, 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 17 times, boom, 10K. We know that when we get you there, we also know that when we get you your matching bonuses, that can radically change your financial life. Now, how do we get you there, one, and then how do we begin to duplicate that throughout your teams? So this is when I'm having this conversation yesterday with a buddy of mine who, again, is not building Jubi, but because I've known him and I know the successes he's had recruiting, what we found out is that while he's had tremendous successes recruiting, building has been another issue. See, building means that we want to have duplication, where we want to duplicate our efforts, and that's really what we want to have happen in our organizations. Well, in order to get that duplication, now I know I'm talking a lot of online things right now. There'll be also training on offline things, But I know I'm talking a lot about online things because I know that so many of our folks maybe either have burned out of their warm market. All right. If you've got a warm market of people that listen to you, you've got influence. Leverage your warm market. I'm a huge believer in leveraging your warm market if you have a warm market that listens to you. The challenge is that a lot of folks either don't have a lot of influence with their current warm market, or they may not have a lot of influence with their warm market. This is one of the reasons when I first got in this industry, all right, when I first got in this industry, I struggled. Even though I was reading good books, even though I was listening to good material, even though I made my list of 100 and I was doing the things that my mentors at that time taught me, because the internet wasn't nearly as big then when I first got in this industry in 1994, but I had no sphere of influence. So nobody listened to me. Nobody listened to me. Now, what changed for me, and thank you for taking time to watch this video, what changed for me is I started to bring value in another area. I started learning about trading in the stock market. I had gotten burned out of network marketing because I hadn't been successful. I started trading in the stock market, and I got good at it. And I started teaching other people how to trade in the stock market. And I went around the country for a spell with some of the $5,000 stock market workshops that were very popular in the late 90s when we had the big stock market .com boom, okay? Now, I then started teaching some stock market classes locally in my local area. And I had some success with my clients. I connected with someone who happened to have a lot of influence. At the time, I didn't have any influence. He leveraged me because of my stock market knowledge and acumen in terms of teaching. I was able to leverage him because he had a nice contact base. He had a big accounting firm. He was extremely well thought of in the city. And so he's the one that invited me to come and do a stock market class for his clients, and it was a hit. And then all of a sudden, I was able to leverage his credibility until such time that I started to develop influence because I brought value. Because I brought value. This is 1999, 2000. So when I got back into the network marketing space, sometime in 2001, I now had influence with warm market people. And that's when we got back into network marketing, we first saw our first successes because we had influence with our warm market. Now, if you've got influence with your warm market, leverage it. But if you're saying to yourself, I don't have influence with my warm market right now. I've tried this and I've tried that and I've brought this and I brought that to my warm market, and they were, okay? So you've got to have a way to attract people. You've got to have leads. You've got to have targeted leads that are interested in your offer. Well, how do we do that? Well, here's the deal, ladies and gentlemen. The reality is, across this entire work-at-home space, whether people are doing things offline, whether people are doing things online, across this entire space, probably 90% or more of the people are not making money. Probably 90% or more of the people are in struggle mode. So let's go back to what allowed me to start to build a following back in 2001. What did I do? I was able to bring value to people so that then they were willing to listen to me. So now what we are going to do as a team, we're having these leaders put together these video training series. It's going to take a little while. It's not going to not going to be up and running next week, okay? We're going to develop this system where when people join you, they'll have access to these trainings. They can either go to Amber themselves and pay $2,000 for a 2-hour private coaching session. They can go to one of our other folks that we have hammered out a deal with, all right, and go to their coaching sessions, and they may charge anywhere from $2,000 to $5,000 for like a 30 or 60-day session. So they can do that to learn Facebook or to learn this or to learn that, or they can join you in Jubi. And when they join you in Jubi, they get access to. So what happens is Jubi becomes a way to monetize the fact that they want to learn. Daddy's doing work. Wait. I'll be out there in a few moments. Thank you. Mama's gone. I'll be out there in a few moments. Sorry about that. So someone wants to learn this huge Facebook method. Someone wants to learn about video marketing. Okay. Well, you can go to our video marketing mentor, and he'll do some private coaching. It might be $2,000, it might be $3,000. You can go to our Facebook. He'll do some coaching. All right, that's the type of thing that people pay for. I've paid $2,000 for, and mine was not private coaching. Mine was it was a 6-week course. Once a week, we had a webinar. And then after that, I wanted some more. And so it was another multi-week course. Once a week, there was a webinar. All right. Was it worth it? You better believe it, because what I learned from there has made me a lot of money. And I don't consider myself to be some great internet marketing guru. So what's going to wind up happening, ladies and gentlemen, is we're going to have, one, you're going to be able to leverage, because you're part of our team, you're going to be able to leverage the trainings and what have you. You're not going to spend $2,000. You're not going to spend $200. You're part of our team. You're part of our following. Okay? So you're going to be able to leverage that so you can learn these skill sets yourself. And then as you're connecting with people online and they want to know, how are you getting your leads? How are you getting people, how are you driving traffic to your site? Well, we've got a whole team of mentors. Whether you want to learn about Skype, whether you want to learn about Facebook, whether you want to learn what have you, but you want to learn some higher level Dagan Smith type, Amber type, higher level strategies, we'll teach you those higher level strategies. Oh, well, how do I get access to that? Oh, well, you can go straight to them and pay $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, or you can simply join with me in my my vehicle of choice. And when you join with me, you're going to get access through our team's training portal to these trainings. Are you starting to see that? So now you don't have to be the one that knows it all. You don't have to be the one that knows it all. You're simply leveraging folks. I don't know all this stuff. I'm simply leveraging. I'm leveraging Queen Twitter. I'm leveraging Paul. Leverage. Now, what are they getting out of it? Because they're also building. They're also building. Some of them are building, actively building Jubi. Some of them know that because this is going to be generic, that what's going to happen is that's going to give them more credibility, because they'll be able to use their same training series and maybe their own system for whatever it is that they're building. Are you starting to get that? So listen, this is what I want you to do, okay? This is a video you may want to watch 2 or 3 times, and this is a video that you want to get out to your teammates, because this is where we are headed. This is where we are headed, and this is going to allow us to reach a much larger base of people, because those people join people. People join people. And so our aim is to help you develop your following. Our aim is to help you develop your following. You have your own list. You have people listening to you. And you may be saying, well, I don't know what to say. Oh, well, you know what? What you might simply do is direct them to your Jubi, so that then they can have access to the training that our team is going to provide. But still they look at you as, wow, you were the conduit. You are the conduit. And then what you're going to be able to do is your confidence is going to be risen because you are going to learn these marketing methods. You're going to be able to apply these marketing methods. And no matter whatever happens to any company, because we've been in this industry 19 years and we've seen great companies come, unfortunately, and great companies go, this will be a skill set that no one will be able to take from you. What I learned about video marketing, what I learned about YouTube marketing, when I was with this company, I used it and we were successful. If something happened with that company, then I still used that same skill set with the next company and we were successful. And so now it is time to impart that information, that knowledge to you. And that's what we're committed to doing, ladies and gentlemen. Not just me, a team of global leaders. We love each and every one of you. Come on our webinar tonight at 7 p.m. You'll also see that link. We're going to do primarily a Q&A, but we will probably spend about 10, 15 minutes, sharing our vision for our team to make sure you are getting it. Please understand, Jubi is my vehicle. Jubi, I hope, is going to be your vehicle. Remember what I have said to you. My faith, my family, my following, then the company. So Jubi is my company, but I want to make sure that you, my following / family, because you're family to me, you're family to Karen and I want to make sure that you are empowered with the skill sets to be able to, and you can leverage these other great mentors to help bring people into your funnel, into your following. We love each and every one of you. Let's change the world together, starting with yours.